run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Finds his man. It's Hemby. He works his way up to the 20-yard line and goes out of bounds there. Looking to pass. It's Mendoza. Right on the money. Lowers those pads. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle. And the Hoosiers want to move quickly.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Fires to the right. He's got an open man. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy.
Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Indiana! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
I think a lot of people probably expected to see that, right? They're playing on the road, and you know this is going to be a hostile environment, but they've got the better players, and we've seen that before. There was no hesitation. Opening drive, they go right down the field, they score a touchdown, and they made a statement.
Into the end zone for the 2, and they push that lead out to 8. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with a touchdown toss from the 23. Looks like he's going to bring it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Hoosiers! The defense takes matters into its own hands.
And doing a great job in coverage. Obviously, you got to play run first as a linebacker always. That's your first thought process. But then reading the QB's eyes, breaking on the football, catching it. And then from there, it was easy. Just take it right to the house.
He's got it. 2-point try is good as they build on this lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll step out of bounds at his own 13-yard line, and that will not go down on the teach tape for kick returns. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. Looking downfield, it's Manning. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you...
Breaks into the open! And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Just a short pass to the tight end. Carson with the stiff arm. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up. The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Caught. Fighting off the defender. Goes out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll be set up and in great position here. And the Longhorns have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. He'll do it himself. Moving toward the end zone, and fumble! Oh, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. They'll try to pound their way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Longhorn! And the offense finds a way to cut into this lead. They still plenty of work to do.
They do, but that's a big score. You don't want to get late and start getting in the second half where you're fighting to come back by so many points. So great job getting points, get that momentum back on your side so you can come out and do some good things when you get the ball next time.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. They'll try to pass their way in. He'll be stopped short of the goal line. The 2-point try fails, and the lead remains 10. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Looking for a man. It's Mendoza. Rushes on him. Takes a hit as he fires.
Yeah, it fell incomplete because he did a great job of getting to the quarterback. He's in the pocket. Yeah, he's comfortable, but you get in there and you get a hit on him. Now he...
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Makes the grab down the left side. Love to see these 3rd down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. While we're only through 1, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. Big turning point as we head into the 2nd and get this game rolling again. They've got a 1st down here to open the period. Wants to throw on 1st down. Hauls it in. He breaks a tackle.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
They're looking to throw on 2nd and short. Caught over the middle. It's Hemby. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The Hoosiers racing to the line in the hurry-up.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't...
Nowhere to go. The ball's loose. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it? You want to talk about hearts and throats when that ball was on the ground? The offense recovered its own fumble. Throws to the wideout. Fires the pass. Intercepted. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it down at the 45.
QB QBs have to understand, when I'm throwing against zones, I got to manipulate guys with my eyes. I might have to look one direction to create an opening to throw that ball or zip that ball in. I got to use touch. It's really hard when all eyes are on me, and you can tell the quarterback was not ready and did not make a good throw.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. Turning it on. Rams him with the stiff arm. Finally out of bounds at the 21-yard line after the big run.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
The Longhorns, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Runs it all the way down to the 8-yard line before he's forced out of bounds. It'll be first and goal.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
He goes out of bounds, and he is really close to the goal line there, knocking on the door. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Texas! Why not double the try total and go for 2? Motion from the wide receiver. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And he goes into the end zone for the 2. Good work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Back to throw, it's Mendoza. Pressure coming. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line. And the Hoosiers heading quickly to the line.
Well, what a great job by the defense and phenomenal effort chasing down the quarterback, getting that sack for a huge loss, and now they're licking their chops, lining up on tempo. They're ready to do it again.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on 3rd down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. The Hoosiers come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Just keeps slinging it. Makes the grab. It's Hemby. And he picks up the 1st down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. They'll put him in play from the 41 on 1st down. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Horns up and ready to hook him. Serious noise on 3rd down in DKR. To the air. It's Mendoza. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Well, they're trying to get the big fella the football in the passing game, but they haven't been able to do that yet. He is a really nice target with his size and his athleticism, but him and the QB, they just don't seem to be on the same page.
Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Under fire. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete.
And on money down defensively, you've got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Indiana.
And the Hoosiers will go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a 1st down in the red zone at the 14.
Well, it's a heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a cheap-shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down, but they decided to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for it.
Touchdown, Indiana! A great catch and run for 6.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole 1st half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
The extra point is good, and they have a 9-point lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
14.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to throw. It's Manning. Finds the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? That last completion sets him up on 2nd down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Back to pass. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Looking down the left side. Pulls it in down the sideline. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds his man. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Waning seconds of the 1st half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. The defense burns their 3rd and final timeout of the half. This field goal attempt is going to be an even 50-yarder. Final seconds of the 1st half, and they'll try to put up 3. This field goal attempt is going to be an even 50-yarder. He boomed it through, a 50-yard field showing off that powerful leg. So the first half has come to a close. We'll take a break and head over to the halftime show. Go ahead and roll the dice to start this second half. They're lined up for an onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got...
He wants to go deep. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. Takes it the other way.
Well, I love the job by the coaching staff there defensively, matching the personnel of the offense, putting their dime package out on the field. So you bring out the extra defensive back, you're anticipating a pass, perfect timing to run that personnel, and you get the pick.
You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Oh, he's got some space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. The Hoosiers will hustle to the line.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down and make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
To the air, it's Mendoza. Fires to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first. And the Hoosiers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Gonna run it. It's Hemby. Makes him talk to the hand. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And he just refused to go down. Did you see him break all those tackles? That was unbelievable. You saw the power and the speed, but also just the will and desire to make those guys miss. That's impressive.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Hoosiers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. It's complete to the right. Makes a man miss. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
When you play zone coverage, you got a wide receiver that's a beast. It becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Big 3rd down in the red zone, and this crowd is getting behind this defense. To the ground to try to pick up the first. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. How good has this offense been on 4th down, converting all 3 times, and they're lining up to go for it again. These guys are owning 4th down, their 4th conversion of the game.
Killing, and 4 for 4. I mean, they're understanding what they are, who they are, how they're going to do things, and apparently they're going to go for it on 4th down. So defensively, you better get ready. You better make sure that you understand every single possession is 4-down territory.
They'll try to slam it in. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape. So the offense definitely taking care of their business.
He'll try to tack on one more. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. So the touchdown drive goes 63 yards. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd.
Texas.
And he's going to bring it out. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. Defense just a little too eager, and that's 5 yards for the O.
On the double.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Got his man to the left. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down.
I know it's something we take for granted, guys, but Hugh did a great job there with the play-action fake. He really took his time and sold it. And that's what froze the linebackers in the second level of the defense to help make that completion a whole lot easier.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Back to throw, it's Manning. Quarterback extends the play. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Looking left. Makes a connection. We reach the end of the period. It's Indiana on top. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. Final stand to the game, and we'll start with the first down. They'll move the wide receiver. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Hard running there. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. And the Longhorns now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. To the air on second down. The sweet feet buy a little time. Rolling on the run. And that is interception number 3 on the day. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. To the air on first down. Finds his big tight end. He steps out of bounds at the 16, but now they have some room to operate. Backed up at the 16-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Mendoza. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27. Looking downfield on first down. The throw. Complete to the right. Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive. And the Hoosiers have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw again. Pulls it in. It's Hemby. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. The Hoosiers are in the hurry-up.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they...
Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Oh, the fumble, and the defense got it.
Man, you go from perfect position of strength. I get to salt this clock away. I get to run this out. I'm going to win to, man, now I got to put my defense back on the field, and anything can happen, right, in football, and you can catch breaks, and so now you got to go out there.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back back at the 16.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and a first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
Back to pass on second down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. Quarterback may change this route. On fourth down, looking for the completion. Fires left. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. Great place to start for this offense. Dropping back, it's Mendoza. Under fire. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. They have this game in hand right now. We'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. They'll go back to the air on second down. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete. Third down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it go. Another incompletion on third down.
On that third down, they took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on fourth.
Oh, they're after him. Got it.
Man, what a throw. Under duress, getting hit as you throw. He's been sacked several times today.